Hi, it's Mark from Training Spark. In this video, we're going to show you how you can attach a CRM to your LearnDash platform and what the benefits are of doing this. And in the video, we're going to link with a popular CRM called Groundhogg, which is actually a WordPress plugin that you can install in your WordPress platform and use for these CRM capabilities. So for those who aren't familiar, a CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and often CRMs are associated with marketing activities. So if you are a company selling products, any leads you get would go into a CRM, and then you might be able to market to them based on this. But actually a CRM is much more than that. It can help to manage customer interactions and engagement with your platform or product. And particularly in the case of something like a learning management system like LearnDash, they're in your ecosystem, and you can use a CRM to communicate with people, see where they are on your courses, and really enhance the experience for people, and potentially even upsell them other courses and things like that. So you can create what are called funnels, where perhaps someone enrolls onto a course, completes that, and then there's some automated marketing off the back of that, which might sell them another course potentially. So there's lots and lots of possibilities that you can look at. And there are lots of CRM options out there. You may have heard of things like Salesforce, Zoho, HubSpot. These are all SaaS solutions. They're third-party ones where you generally pay a subscription for them. And they can get quite expensive. We're going to look at one here called Groundhogg, and it says here, create funnels, email campaigns, marketing automation, all from within your WordPress website. And it says without charging more as your business grows. And this is something that you typically get with CRM services, the SaaS platforms. As you get more users in your database, the prices start to escalate usually quite quickly. So what it's saying here is that they don't charge you more as your business grows. And we'll put a link to Groundhogg in the description of this video. But what we wanted to do was focus on what Groundhogg can do, and in particular how it works with LearnDash. So it has its own native LearnDash integration that we're going to show you some of the options for, and how it can sync in with your courses. So what I'm going to do, I'm on the usual Sandbox platform here, and I already have Groundhogg installed. Groundhogg is a premium plugin, so it does have cost attached to it, but generally speaking, it is a lot cheaper than the other CRM systems that we've come across before. So that's already installed, and I've also installed the Groundhogg extension manager, which comes along with it. And similar to LearnDash, what this does is it allows you to install and activate add-ons that work alongside Groundhogg. So these are all created by Groundhogg, but you can sort of switch them on or off as you need to. So the first one I'm going to install and activate is this one called Advanced Features. And it just adds some extra things that you can do in Groundhogg, which are actually really useful. And I'm going to scroll down here to LearnDash integration, and it says, use LearnDash for your courses, create advanced student journeys with the Groundhogg and LearnDash integration. That's what this video is all about. So I'm just going to activate that now. And I'm going to just refresh this page just to see what changes these make to the Groundhogg option here. So we can see a few things that have been added here, things like these super links. We'll come back to those shortly. So now that we've got Groundhogg installed, we can do things like create emails that get sent out to customers, these things called broadcasts, which are campaigns which you can send to lists of users, if you've got marketing materials that you want to send out. But a lot of things related to Groundhogg and CRMs in general relate to these funnels. And these are almost like workflows that you can do. So once someone enters into this funnel, you can do certain things based on that. And that will sort of make sense as I start to look at these here. So what I'm going to do, I've gone to funnels and I'm going to click on start from scratch. Now a funnel normally has something that starts it off, and it can be things like if people have had tags applied or they've filled in a web form and things like that. So these are in this benchmark tab. So you could say if someone fills in a web form, these things happen after it, or if someone logs in, or if someone clicks a link. What we're looking at here is this LearnDash actions here, and I'm just going to drag that in and then click on it. And what it says here is it'll start the funnel when, and then we can click on this LearnDash action, and we can say when a contact either enrolls in a course, completes a course, or completes a lesson, and we can specify which courses. So if we have a list of courses, we can do different things based on different courses, or specific lessons if you want to as well. So what I'm going to do is say when someone enrolls onto a course, and it's the LearnDash 101 course, that is when the funnel starts. And what we can do now is add some steps, so we can do some actions based off this. So we could say, send them an email is an option here. So I can drag that in, and this would either allow us to select from some emails that we've already created, or I can create a brand new one here. And it might be something like, welcome to the course. So I won't go into the details about adding all the content here, but you can see there it's fairly straightforward. I'm just going to create an email there. And I think that just created. So we've got welcome to the course. And in the next step, there's some really interesting stuff you can do. So we can send admin notifications, we can add tags and notes and edit user meta, create brand new users and things like that. Linking with third-party services via webhooks and APIs. So there's basically an endless possibilities of things you can do here. But some of the interesting things here around delaying things. So you could say if someone enrolls into LearnDash 101, they get sent a welcome email straight away. But then you delay things and say after 3 days, say, we can do something else. We can then send them another email, or we could change their enrollment here and things. So I might send a different email. So I'll say create a new one. Are you enjoying the course? So just a simple thing, just checking in with people to see how they're enjoying the course. You obviously tailor your content there. And we've got 2 emails there. And then perhaps another step, we'll delay that. And then, 3 days later, we'll add another step, which is to change their enrollment. And what we can do is either enroll the student on a different course, or we could unenroll the student from that course. So what I'll do is I'll unenroll the student from LearnDash 101 after what will be 6 days. So I've just clicked activate at the top there, and then I'm just going to save it. You've not selected an email to send one of your steps. Which step was that one? Okay, so the second one here. This, are you enjoying the course? I'll just save that. So someone enrolls onto the LearnDash 101 course. Immediately they send a welcome to the course email. We wait 3 days. We send another email saying, are you enjoying the course? And then 3 days later, we unenroll them from the course. So that's a funnel that happens as someone goes through the course. And there's lots and lots of things you could potentially do here. I've just added emails, but it just opens up so many possibilities. So let's just have a quick look at how that works. And if what I'll do actually, I'll create a new user. I'll just create a made-up email address. And we'll just test this working. So what I'm going to do now is edit this user and give them access to the course that we set up the funnel for there. And I'm just going to click on Update User. And now that that person is enrolled, they should be on this funnel. So if I click into the funnel, I can see that they are indeed on here. We can see waiting contacts, and this just lists all of the users who are in this funnel. And if we head to Mailinator, we should find that the person has been sent that initial email. And if we head back to their profile here, we can see that they're on a funnel, and we can see that it's now waiting 3 days before the next action for this user happens. While we're in here, we can see that there are other aspects of this user that we can look at here. We can see on the right hand side here what their student ID is, how many courses they're on, what overall progress they've made, and the courses that they're actually enrolled onto. So it's got this little bit of a LearnDash integration here, and there are bits of contact information here that you could potentially populate afterwards. You can see their marketing status, and I believe when they log out and log in, it does track certain things that LearnDash does, and potentially when they complete courses, they would appear here in this user's activity. So that's all really useful stuff for managing the flow of users through your courses, and definitely you can use this to do things like add them to other funnels and send them emails. So if you had other courses that you wanted to sell, you could potentially put them onto funnels to sell other courses and other products that you might have. So let's have another quick look at another use case which you might want to do, which is actually to enroll someone on a course based on perhaps a registration form. So firstly, I'll just deactivate this funnel that we've got at the moment just to prevent any conflicts between other enrollment funnels we've got going on. What I'm going to do is create a brand new funnel. And again, I'm going to start this from scratch here. And what I'm going to do in this instance is start with a slightly different benchmark and say web form. So within Groundhogg, it is possible to create these web forms that you can put on other pages and use to capture leads and things like this. But equally, they could be plugged into LearnDash and create enrollment methods for people via your platform. So the web forms here are customized here. You can see what it would look like. I've got first name, last name, and email fields here, but we can add various other ones here as well. Add fields. We've got lots of different field names here. We can create custom ones if we want to. But for now, I'll just keep that as first name, last name, and email. Where it says stay on page after submitting, I'm just going to choose yes, and then I'm going to say thanks for registering as the message here. And then I'm just going to click save there. And what I'm going to do now is add a new step. So we're saying start the funnel when that web form is filled in. What we want to do now is head to the actions here, and we firstly want to create a user based on the details that they enter there. So I'm going to choose create user, and from here we can choose their role, what the format of their username should be. So I'm just going to keep that as email address, and whether or not we should send a notification to the new user. I'll just take that as yes. And we've got an option here for if the user already exists. So if an existing user fills this form in, we can either do nothing, or we can give them an additional role or something like that. So I'll just keep that as do nothing for now, because we'll just use their existing user account for any future steps. Then I'm going to add a new step, and this is now going to be the LearnDash step here. I'm just going to drag this across and say we change their LearnDash enrollment, and what I want to do is enroll the student onto LearnDash 101. Well, there's a new step which sends an email to them, and this will choose as the welcome to the course email. And then we'll add another step. And like we did in the other funnel, what I want to do is add a delay timer for, say, 3 days. And then add another step here, which sends the follow-up email to say, are you enjoying the course? So the standard sort of checking in email that we've got there. So what we've done there is created a web form which you can display on the site where someone will fill it in. It will automatically create them a user account. It will enroll them onto the LearnDash course. It will send them a welcome email. It'll wait 3 days, and then it will send them another email asking if how they're enjoying the course. So we'll just save that now and then activate it. And the way these web forms work, you can choose, click on them here, and we can see on the right-hand side here that they can be added via a shortcode, which is just something that you copy and paste into a page, or an iframe script, or you can have it as a hosted link that looks a bit like this. So you can have it as a separate page if you want to. I'm going to embed this onto a page, so I'm just going to copy the shortcode there, and I'm going to go to the home page and just edit the page here, and I'll just stick it up somewhere up here under the title for now. So now this is loaded, I'm just going to paste that shortcode in here under this description, and I'm just going to click update. And once that page is saved, we can view it, and obviously this needs some styling applying here, but for now we can just see how this works. So what I will do is I'll switch to a new private window and log in. Well, I'll just create a new account as if I was a brand new user here. So we've got first name, let's say course user, example TSLD course user 123 at mailinator.com. So I'm just making up an email address there, and I'll just click submit. And that is now putting me onto that funnel and carrying out the actions that we specified there. So it says, thanks for registering. If I switch back to my logged in WordPress login here, I just go to Groundhogg and then funnels. And I can see that the funnel I just created there, I've got a waiting contact here, which means there's a contact on here. It's the one I registered using, and we can see that they're on here, and we can see that it's created them a username. And if I go to the users here and find that user, we can see that they have been enrolled onto LearnDash 101. So just to show you a couple of the other bits that you can do with Groundhogg, like most CRMs, it's got a reporting aspect to it because, as I mentioned at the start, CRMs are quite often associated with marketing activity. So you can see here things like how many new contacts have come in, what emails have been sent, what open rate they've had, who's unsubscribed from your emails and things like that. You can drill down into contact details and their demographics and things like that, as well as the performance of any emails that you've sent out. You can see things like what your funnels are doing, what open rates you've had from each of those, the sort of automated emails that get sent out from there. So there's some really useful features there. And there is these things called tags, which are quite useful. So what you can do is associate tags to your users or your contacts in the platform that come in, and give them certain things like, if they've been subscribed, if they're marketable or non-marketable. And you might even use these to say, get a tag called course user, for example, and apply that perhaps to anyone who enrolls via one of these funnels. So if I go to this funnel here, where we enrolled them via a web form and created them an account and things like that, What we can also do is apply a tag just by dragging it in here, and we can say anyone who uses this is a course user. And now anyone who enrolls and ends up on this funnel and gets access to the course would be tagged course user. And from there, that really helps to drill down, and you can do things like filter contacts by certain tags and things like that. So there's some really useful features you can do here, and tailor automated emails to go out to those at certain times. So the last thing I'll show you here, there's these broadcasts as well. So if you have a certain list of people that you've created here, or tagged certain people, you can create emails to send to people. I mean, I've only created those two as part of this, but I'll just use them as a demo for now. You can say whether to send it now or later. You can select certain contacts based on criteria. So we could say all of those tagged course user, for example. I don't think I have any at the moment, but yes, it would say it won't send to any yet. But then you can, if you did have some in there, you could click next and then send out an email to all of your course users just via this broadcasts option here. So there's plenty of options for both marketing and platform communications via Groundhogg CRM. If I just come back here to extensions, we just installed the advanced features and LearnDash integration here, but there are so many more available. Things like, we've got here other things that you might use, pipeline here, so send grid, so different things you can use to send the emails with, links with text messaging services, SMS, different WooCommerce integrations, Zapier, which will basically allow you to connect it to basically anything. So there's lots and lots of different things you can do here. And by enabling these, you can create a network of all of your LearnDash, WordPress, WooCommerce, all these things connecting to one another via Groundhogg. So I hope you find that useful. Obviously, that's a fairly top-level run through of the features that you have with Groundhogg, but what we aimed to do mainly there was cover what aspects relate to LearnDash. If you do like this video, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more like this, please subscribe to the TrainSpark YouTube channel. And as I mentioned previously, if you're interested in Groundhogg, I've just put a link in the description, so have a look and see if that's something that you might be able to use yourselves.